Hello guys, if you guys like the video, feel free to press the like button or subscribe. Any little bit of love, any bit of growth does help, but also feel free to comment in the chat or comment below to let us know, what guns you might use or what guns you recommend. Remember, we are trying to build the society and try to build each other up. We're trying to rise together as a team, as a unit. So feel free to drop a comment below. Otherwise, enjoy. Ahoy everybody, welcome to a Wednesday edition of us rising up to the top and going over some SMG meta builds along with some of the SMG updates that you're going to enjoy as much as I have in the last week and a half. So my name is Bangs Mcoyy, welcome to the stream. As you guys know, I'm the 1999 NFL Blitz legend, a 2003 Madden NFL champion, and of course, a certified CTF master. However, today what we're going through is we're going to discuss some of the SMG builds that not only some of the pros use, but myself included, that have really improved my game over the last couple months. So let's dive right into it. So just going from the top here, we're going to start with the MP40, probably the most popular and one of the biggest in terms of top 2 SMGs out there in the game. Here's why I say it. So this one's kind of the short range build. It just erases people quickly. So you have your recoil booster, your short barrel that provides the extra damage. It also has limb damage. You don't get as much of the lost range, which is fantastic. The SME pistol grip, you could always use that M1941 hand stop if you'd like. It is a preference based. This one here, the 7.62 Granko rounds, 45 round mag. Because it is short range, I do use the hollow point. I think it just shreds up close and adds that additional damage that we can use. Fabric grip, brace and quick. And then I also use the padded just to be able to stabilize while I'm in that close vicinity, along with the monocular sight. You could use the slate or the NIDAR. It doesn't matter which one you decide to use, just whichever one you're most comfortable with. So moving on, in terms of this one, this is more of the short range MP40, so you're going to be able to win between that 50 to 1 yard. It's going to help you there. This one's more of your 50 or 75 meter type of MP40 build. So this one I just started using, and let me tell you guys, it does shred from a distance. So this is the great thing about it. We got the recoil boost to the Krosnick 317mm to provide that extra range. The hand stop, providing a little bit more control. We got the 45 round Granko rounds. You gotta love the speed of fire if you use that. Lengthen, the polymer grip provides a little bit more less flinch. So it holds really that sustained fire when you're going long range. On this one, I probably should have had brace on just to be able to hold against that initial recoil. You got quick, remove stock to move as fast as we can. And then you got your monocular reflector. You can use, like I said, the slate or the NIDAR. Doesn't matter which one, whichever one you're most comfortable with. So moving on, we'll move on to the other one of the other top ones. This one's kind of fallen probably within the 3 to 4 in terms of placement. This one is a Z-Laner build. I have personally tested this one out, and let me just go on and say, thing absolutely is one of the fastest running ones you could possibly get in the game. So here's what we're going to go over. So one of the things that they did change is the rapid barrel does have a bad range. It gets that deficiency pretty bad, and they really nerfed it a little bit. However, up close, I believe this class still shreds. Based on my usage within the last week and a half, if you use the recoil booster, the rapid, you got your 7.62 Granko rounds, all to increase that fire rate. I still am erasing people up close. I include the hand stop as well, lengthen your striper grip, brace, quick, remove stock for that speed once again, and then a monocular reflector. You absolutely cruise around buildings and the map when you're using this weapon. It is not recommended for anything farther than I would say 60 meters, because you will have a huge drop off in damage. So, but if you're in a building, this gun I would choose every time. Moving on now, one of my favorite ones that has finally gotten increases to the damage, thank the Lord. This one's a Tommy gun, so I've been a big Tommy gun guy since COD 2. Obviously, that's how old I am, right? But just to go over what they did increase the range on this weapon. They did increase the damage as well. So just to go through it here, we have the recoil booster. The Chariot 5.5, it no longer loses that range, so you get the distance there. The M1941 hand stop. Now this is the big one. This is the most important. So if you use the 9mm 50 rounds, yes, it improves the fire rate. However, it becomes a pea shooter up close. You know, it's like flicking somebody. So you won't really want to use the 8mm Curtis 50 rounds. Yeah, it's going to lower your fire rate back to its normal, but this thing absolutely shreds up close. I used lengthen to give it that distance. Polymer, fleet, quick. This way I could swap between my weapons. I use the adjustable for the sprint to fire speed. Obviously, like I said, it's an SMG build, so we need to move and groove, especially in buildings and close range. So, and then last but not least, the monocular sight. As I said before, slate or NIDAR. Go ahead and use whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable. Moving on to your top tier, probably in its own realm, with a catch. So here's what I will say. This one personally erases people in a second. Use the recoil booster. The Gawain short, it no longer has that killer damage range deduction. So what that means is up close, this thing is lethal. You have your M1941, you have the 7.62 Grank rounds, 40 round mag, lengthen to give it that extra distance, fabric, acrobatic, quick, remove stock, we're moving and grooving, and monocular reflector. Now just to go over with you guys, this one I was a little skeptical at first when they did the updates. I took it for a spin and it absolutely shreds when you're up close. Probably the fastest TTK now in the game when you are one-on-one. Now the problem with it is you have this issue with the 40 round mag compared to the Owen gun where you had 72 bullets in the barrel, right? This one's 40 rounds, so you could get one, maybe two people down, and then, you know, if you're fighting a team of four, you might be in trouble. But if you're playing duos, if you're playing trios, this one is definitely your top tier, number one, in terms of putting people down. And honestly, when you shoot this thing, it just feels so smooth, no recoil. You could change it to the 48 round. I personally don't like the 48 round as much. It weighs it down. You feel slow. So that's my personal take on it. So outside of that, you know, I'm currently working on a couple of different guns to test out for you guys, so I could post more videos. One of the other ones, in terms of meta wise, I would say is the Armaguerra. I do not have that thing unlocked because it's a Vanguard gun and you have to use hipfire. But I will tell you this, that gun has definitely improved from day one of its release. It definitely shreds up close with the, whether you use the green one, the gray one, or the blue one, and it barely has any recoil. So definitely recommend, if you unlock that, using it. Once I get it unlocked, I will make sure to make a video about it so you guys can look at it. But just to kind of conclude, guys, I mean, whatever class fits you, right? But these ones are your top tier, so if you want to be competitive, if you want to go up against some of these hardcore sweats in the game, this is what you're going to need. You know, if you walk out there with, you know, a shitty SMG, you're just expected to go down, right? So just make sure you're setting yourself up for success. Remember, we're rising together. On Friday, I'm going to drop a new video for the meta ARs, the current ones that I would recommend using, along with kind of the Bangs Mcoyy setup, the Bangs Mcoyy-esque that we know and love here at this channel. Like I said, my name is Bangs Mcoyy. Talk to you Friday.